Yep. Once again, very good morning and thanks for joining. Okay. Uh, Before we go into the today's session, do you have any questions? Anything you want to discuss regarding to yesterday's session? Everyone clear? What is a page? What is a page architecture? And what is the extents? How many types of extents and how many types of pages? Only three concepts we discussed. Okay. So database is nothing but a physical unit of data. So your entire data will be available in the database. That's what yesterday we discussed. Okay. And continues to that. So today we are going to discuss one of the most important concept like there are internal components. Okay, we must and should know about the. Yesterday we talked about page architecture extents. To continue that, we are discussing about the dirty pages, write ahead logging, check pointer, lazy writer, eager writer, asset properties. If time permits, we'll discuss asset properties. Otherwise, we'll discuss asset properties in the next session. So very simple concepts all these are, but we must and should understand very deeply. Uh, as a database administrator, what is happening internally means how our data movement is happening. See, so far what we learn about the components. Okay, SQL Server architecture components, storage engine components we discussed. Now we are discussing ahead and going to discuss how the data flow is happening, data movement is happening. Okay, so stop me if you're not understanding. Eh, in whole this today, whatever discussing, dirty page is very important. Check pointer is very important. Of course, all are very important. Okay, but from the interview point of view, dirty page, check pointer, lazy writer. This is more powerful, and asset property is also very important. We'll talk a little now, but there is another session where we'll talk more about asset properties. Okay, eager writer, majority of the people no one will ask. Wall also no one will ask. But database, check pointer, lazy writer is very important. So stop me if you're not understanding. Okay. Now, see, let's go to our presentation. Okay. So what we are discussing today, a clean page, dirty page, wall means write ahead logging, check pointer, checkpoint, lazy writer, eager writer, asset properties. So this is whole our sequence. Whenever you see that, this is our architecture looks like. So this is our relational engine. This is our storage engine. In relational engine, we are having command parser, optimizer, executor, and in the storage engine, we are having access method. We are having data cache, plan cache, lock cache in the buffer manager. And this is our database, which contains LDF file, which contains MDF file. So far, we discussed all this about the components. Okay, components. Today, we are going to discuss ahead. Okay, about the internal concepts. So one is a clean page, dirty page, wall, check pointer, lazy writer, eager writer, asset properties. So again, I'm asking before we move into these concepts, everyone clear right about the page architecture, extents, and different types of pages. And I just already kept in the video description. Okay, what content yesterday we walked through. Same thing I just kept in the video description. If not, you can find in the video description. Now, so without any time waste, let's start today's session, sir. First, clean page. Okay, see, either you are inserting the data or updating the data or deleting the data. These are the major three transactions we perform globally. Inserting means new record you are loading. Okay. Updating means you already having the record, you are updating the data. So for example, if you go to the bank and you decide to open an account. So when you are opening the account, that is insert means there is no entry of your record in that bank. Now you are going and you are providing all the required documents, and they will collect all the required documents. Once they fulfill all the requirements, they will load your information to the database. Now once your record is inserted, Now what will happen? So if you wanted to update your mobile number or address or email address, now you are going to perform the update statement. Now if you wanted to close your account, they will delete your data, delete the record, delete the entry. Okay, if you wanted to perform the statement like a bank statement, credit card statement, okay, from so and so time to so and so time, you are going to perform the select statement. These are the major four transactions will perform globally. Globally, these are the major four transactions will perform. So that's the reason we took the same example. Okay. Now, for example, okay. Now, for example, if you are performing any, first we'll do the select statements. Okay, then we'll go for insert, update, delete. Let's first go over select statement. Select is nothing but reading the data. Means whatever the data is available in the database, you are trying to read the data. Now, for example, when you are performing a select statement, first it will via network, it will go to the protocol layer. Via protocol layer, it will try to authenticate to the relational engine. In the relational engine, first it will go to the command parser. It will check the syntax checks. It will check the semantic checks, and it will bind the request and prepare the query tree. And it will also verify any plan is available in the plan cache. If there is a plan, then it will choose the same plan and go to the executor directly. Assume you are triggering first time, there is no plan. Now it will go to the optimizer. Now optimizer will start preparing the execution plan. Okay. Once it pick the plan, then it will go to the executor. Now executor will start executing the data. That is what we discussed. Same thing, nothing much difference we are discussing. Now executor in the entire relational engine. Okay, in entire relational engine, there is no data. In entire relational engine, there is no data. Now what will happen? Relational engine will send request to the access method, which is part of storage engine via ODBC driver. Via ODBC, it will send a request to the access method. Now access method can understand whether what sort of request you are going to pass. Now access method will send request to the buffer manager. In the buffer manager, we are having buffer pools. Under the buffer pools, you are having data cache, plan cache, log cache, caches. Now it will go to the data cache. Okay. For this object employee table, first it will verify any pages are in the buffer. Currently, being you are triggering first time, there are no pages in the buffers. There are no pages in the buffer. Now what it will do, it will get the pages from the MDF file. No, it will go to the MDF file, get the data. It will go to the MDF file, get the data. Now it is getting the data. So for example, it is getting data. Okay. Assume it is getting the data now. Okay. It get the data from the data file. See, log file only store the change related information. There is no data in the log file, sir. Only either MDF or NDF. Sir, it's a data file. Okay, don't get confused. MDF, NDF, MDF, NDF, MDF, NDF. No, it's a data file. It will go to the data file, get the data, and place the copy in the data cache. And same data will be sent to the requester. Same data will be sent to the requester. Whatever he is requesting, that data will be sent to the requester. So now what is happening? The pages are still in the buffer only. Okay, the pages are still in the buffer. Now see, the pages which are in the buffer but not yet modified. See, whatever the pages in the MDF file, whatever the pages in the buffer, both are same identical data. There is no changes, sir. You not done any changes because you are reading the data. When you are reading the data, there won't be no changes, right? In the buffer, especially. So whatever the data in the MDF file, whatever the data in the buffer, both are same. Now, if both pages having same amount of information, then these pages technically we'll call it as a clean page. The page which is the buffer, the page which in the buffer, okay, having the same data of the disk, then those pages technically will call it as a clean page. Either you are inserting, updating, deleting, selecting until you've done some modifications, sir. Until you perform some modification, whatever the page it is in the buffer, whatever the same page is also in the disk also. In the disk, in the buffer, the page looks like similar, means no changes you made it. Then those pages technically will call it as a clean page. Getting my point? No? Yes? Subbu, you are telling insert, update, delete, even insert, update, delete, then clean page, then what is a, because we are doing some modifications, right? I will talk in a while, sir. So when you are performing select statement, you will see only clean page in the buffer. When you are reading the data, you will see only clean page in the buffer. Means whatever the data pages, what data pages are in the buffer and in the disk having the same data, there is no difference. Then those pages will call it as a C. In the database, you should call it as a data page only. So don't get confused. In the database, you are calling as a data page. But in the buffer, you are calling as a clean page, or you will call it as a dirty page. Okay, the names are changing, sir. Underlying concept is same. Here also the page only, here also the page only. Okay, but in the database you are calling as a database. In the database you are calling as a data page, but in the buffer you are calling as either clean page or dirty page. What do you mean by clean page? Whatever the pages are in the MDF file, if it looks like same in the cache, then those pages we'll call it as a clean page. Whatever the pages here, whatever the pages in the buffer, both are same identical, then those pages will call it as a clean page in the buffer. Got it? First thing, everyone? So when you are reading the data, you will see only the clean pages in the buffer, correct? Because you are not doing any modifications. Come on, sir, everyone. Is it clear? No? Yes? What do you mean by clean page? In a technical layman terms, okay, if someone is asking what is clean page, what are the pages in the buffer and what are the same pages in the disk having the same data, then those pages will call it as a clean page. In the disk, in the buffer, both are same. Then technically you will call it as a clean page. Okay, fine. Whenever you are selecting, you will see only the clean pages because you are just reading the data. Yeah, because you are asking.
Yeah, so Subbu, my question is, suppose we just query the select command and we are in MDF file and in data cache are identical, so we call it the clean page.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
So
yes.
if we update it, if
1
we
second, sir. We'll discuss. We'll discuss in a while. This clean page,
so
everyone clear?
yeah, so these conditions are only applying on the reading or the
No,
only
sir.
on the
No, don't go beyond that one. What is clean page is clear.
yeah,
What
it's
is
clear.
clean page? It's clear, everyone. No? Yes?
Yes.
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 Now see, sir. Now you are inserting the data or updating the data or deleting the data. What table you are inserting? Employee table only. What table you are updating? Employee table only. What table you are deleting? Employee table only. So just know we perform a select statement. It copied all the pages to the disk. For example, this table contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages. For example, sir, only 7 pages because I'm having only 4 to 5 records or 10 records. Okay, so this table contains only 7 pages. It copied all the 7 pages to the cache. Now all the entire your pages, the table pages are in the cache only. Now same time another user, okay, user 2, for example, user 2 perform insert or update or delete. Again back it will go to the network, it will go to the protocol, it will go to the command parser, it will check the syntax checks, semantic checks, and it will also bind the tree, and it will prepare any plan is available for that insert or update or delete. If not, then go to the optimizer. Optimizer will prepare the execution plan. Then go to the executor. Executor will start executing the data. Executor will send request to the access method. Now access method can understand this is non-select statement. Now it will go to the data cache. Now see, now it no need to copy the pages from the buffer disk to buffer because the pages is already available, right? The page is already available in the buffer. Now, when you are forget about update and delete, sir. I'm not worrying about update and delete. I need to worry about inserts only, basically. Now, insert is nothing but loading the data. Assume these 7 pages are already consumed with the data, already filled with the data, and only one out of 7 pages, only one page is having some free space. One page is having some free space. Now, to insert this data, this one page is not sufficient. Okay. Now what will happen? Again, it will back to the MDF file, get the pages. Where it will get the pages? It will go to the PFS page. It will go to the SGAM page. It will go to the GAM page and get the allocation. So it will verify any exchange is having some free space, any page is having some free space. If not, then definitely it will go to the GAM and it will get the extents. Extent will be allocated for this table. Now, once the extent is allocated, now again the pages will be copied. Those pages will be copied to the buffer. See, now it is copying again. So it is a hierarchical level pattern. You no need to do all this stuff in real world or anywhere, sir. So whenever you are performing any insert or update or delete, if already the pages are available, then it will start load the data into that page only. If whatever the pages are available, that is not sufficient to load the data, then definitely it will go to the MDF file, get the data. Get the data. Get the data means get the pages, sir. Get the data means get the pages. It is getting the pages. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it will start loading the data. In this space, it will fit 2 records. Now you are loading 4 records. In this space only the free space is available. It will fit 2 more records in this space, and there are 2 more records. It will fit in these 2 pages. Now it started loading the data. Once it start loaded the data, now see, this space no changes, this space no changes, this space no changes, this no change, no change, no change. These are all page. Still you will call it as a clean page only, because you've not done any changes on those pages. But this page, you've done some changes. Whatever it may be, sir. Either it is insert or update or delete, you've done some changes to this page. Now, whatever the data in the cache, whatever the data in the MDF, both are not matching. Both are different, right? Because you are doing modification in the cache, not in the disk. You never perform any changes in the disk. Every changes will be happen via buffer only, because memory is much faster than disk. I told you in the starting also, memory is much faster than disk. So in the entire database engines, whole database engine, whatever you are doing the modifications, all will be happen in the cache only. Now these 2 pages are modified, but not yet moved to the MDF file. Still it is not moved. It modified. It modified. It is still in the buffer only. Now these 2 pages will call it as a dirty page. The page which got modified in the buffer, but not yet moved to the MDF file. Still it not yet moved to the MDF file, sir. The pages are in the buffer only. Means the data is in the buffer only. Whatever you done the modification, that modified data still in the buffer, not yet moved to the MDF file. Now these pages technically you will call it as a dirty page. Got it? No. Yes. Sir, very simple.
Yes,
Don't get confused. It's not any rocket science we are discussing. When you start modifying the page in the buffer, when you start modifying the page in the buffer, okay, then you loaded some data, insert or update or delete. But these changes still not in the MDF file. Now these pages technically will call it as a dirty page. So SQL Server need to note down somewhere, right? Oh, there is something happened in the buffer that is not yet moved to the MDF file. We need to move to the MDF file. How it can identify means, oh, if you are doing some modifications, those pages we are technically calling as a dirty pages. Those pages technically we are calling the dirty pages. Now these dirty pages will move MDF file. When it will move, how it will move, who will move, Subbu? We'll talk, sir, first. First you understand what is dirty page, what is clean page. So if this page same, then we'll call it as a clean page. If this page is something different, then we'll call it as a dirty page. Dirty page, clean page, only the buffers are not in the MDF file. Got it? No. Yes.
Got it. Got it.
Everyone, sir, this is very important. Okay. Yeah, Kamal, you are asking something? No?
Hello, Subbu, can you hear me?
Yes.
Subbu, it's a understanding because if page will be initially available on disk, then we paste the page and put into buffer cache, then we can tell them it's a fresh page or clean page. After the modification, it is a dirty page. But how to insert will be a possible. Insert will be also fetching the data same from the disk.
Come on. See, either you are inserting or updating, deleting, you need pages, sir. In the page only, right, your data is storing. See, in the pages only, right, your data is storing. Where your data is storing, sir? Pages. Right?
Pages.
Page is the physical unit. Actually, where your page is available? In the database, in the MDF file. Correct?
Yes, I understand. So how can I identify that this will be insert command? So we need to the
Now wait, sir. Wait. That's what. Slowly we'll go one by step. You will get to know. See, SQL is smarter, sir. I told you, right? Yesterday also I told SQL is smarter. SQL can understand. Okay, whether you are inserting the record, whether you are updating the record, whether you are deleting. See, usually we won't go and monitor all this stuff, sir. In general, but I will let you know. See, now. Okay, Subbu, I perform some insert or update or delete. Now the pages, whatever the pages in the cache, whatever the pages in the MDF file, the data is mismatching. Okay, both are not same. Then those we are calling as a dirty pages. Okay, fine, Subbu, I understood little. But there is one concept, sir. If you understand this too, then I can go ahead. Okay, see, forget about whether you are performing insert or update. See, you are doing modifications. Is it clear, everyone? Sir, modification can be anything. It can be insert, it can be update, it can be delete. So you no need to think whether he done something, what he done, no. You are doing some modifications. First, make your brain little clear. Oh, if I am doing some modifications, that can be insert, that can be update, that can be delete. Now, okay, now what will happen? Definitely the pages will be modified in the buffer. Okay, modified in the buffer. Whatever the pages are getting modified, those pages we are calling as a dirty pages, because immediately it won't replicate to the MDF file, sir. Immediately it won't replicate. There is a logic underlying. What is that logic means? Whatever the changes you are making, okay, so it is writing the information in the pages in the data cache. Okay, fine. But what about LDF files, sir? Yesterday, Subbu, you told that whatever you are doing modifications, it is not directly going to the MDF file. It should go to the LDF file. Correct? Yes or no? Before it go to the MDF file means before these changes go to the MDF file, every changes need to register in the LDF file. That is a logic. That concept we are calling is a WAL, write ahead logging. WAL stands for write ahead logging. Whatever the changes you are making, those changes first it need to register in LDF file to satisfy WAL concept. To satisfy WAL concept, all the changes, because this is RAM, sir. This is cache. We don't know what will happen. We don't know when what will happen, because suddenly your voice got crashed. Suddenly your operating system got crashed. Suddenly your server got restarted. Suddenly your server got shut down. Okay. Now whatever you done in the cache, we are gone, because it is a cache, sir. Okay, because it is a cache, we are gone. Enter your data may loss, because once your server is getting back, it will remove the cache. It will bring the fresh cache only then. Whatever you done previously, we are gone. So to overcome this, what Microsoft came up with the concept called LDF file. Okay, in the SQL Server, you will call it as a LDF file. In the Postgres, you will call it as a WAL files. In the Postgres, you will call it as a WAL files. In the SQL, you will call it as a LDF file. Means whatever the changes you are making over the cache, okay. Now this technically you will call it as a records. Insert is one record, update is one record, delete is one record. Now in the LDF file, whatever the records you are, whatever the transactions you are performing, log records, this it will treat as a record. This record information will be logged into the LDF file parallelly. Again, this is very important. Parallelly, it is writing the information. It is also writing information in the log file in the form of log records, not the data. See, LDF file doesn't contains data. It contains this information. Oh, you done insert. Oh, you done update. Oh, you done delete. Now, Kamal, you are getting my point. When I go and read the log file, I can get to know, right, whether he perform insert or whether he perform delete, whether he perform update. Got it, Kamal? For you, okay? How I get to know whether I insert the data, update the data, delete the data? Now, when you
Yes,
go and read the log file, I will get to know whether he insert the data, update the data, delete the data.
yes,
Yep.
Subbu, understand. Yeah.
Okay. Now, parallelly, it is writing the data in the pages. Parallelly, it is writing the records information to the LDF file. So, LDF file knows who is performing, when is performing, what operation is performing. LDF is tracking the information. If something happened to buffer, no worries. I am having information in the LDF file. I can recover the data whenever the something got crashed, your server got restarted, your server got shut down. I can recover the data. From where I can recover the data? From the LDF file, I can recover the data. Very, very important, sir. So who is writing this information, Subbu? From cache to the disk to the LDF means log writer thread. In the background, there is a log writer thread is running. In the background, there is a log writer thread is running in the background. That log writer thread will flushes the data from the buffer to disk. If I go for a little deeper, don't go that much deeper. We'll talk when we are discussing architectures, log file architectures. Okay. See, if you go for HP Hutu, there is a thread called log writer thread. Are you able to see? Log writer thread. There is a thread internally is running. So this thread is keep on monitoring. Okay, any changes you are performing. Oh, it detect. Oh, you are doing something changes. Okay, let's write the information in log file immediately, because we can't rely on the buffer. If something happened, first buffer will gone. If something happened, first buffer will gone, sir. So to protect our transaction, to protect our data, so Microsoft what is doing? Microsoft writing information to the log file. That concept technically we are calling as a WAL concept, a write ahead logging. Whatever the changes you are making, all the changes is going to the log file in the form of log records, not data. There is no data in log file. In the form of this entry information will be in the log file. This record information will be in the log file. Can I see the log file? Yes. Can I read the log file? Yes. Can you show the log file? Yes. I will show you, sir. I will show you how to read the log file, how to see the data. Who perform,
Subbu,
when perform, we can track. Definitely will caught. Okay, something you are doing mistake, definitely we can caught. Okay, who done,
Subbu,
when done, what done.
one more thing. Maybe sorry, I've interrupted you, Subbu.
Yes.
Subbu, basically you said to que log file will be recording everything. Okay, understand. From the log writer thread. Okay, but more thing. Suppose my server suddenly down. That case buffer will be plus. Okay, and few transaction will
Parallel
be
it
my
is writing,
buffer.
right? See, whatever you are writing here, parallel it is also writing information in log file. Majority of the thing we can recover, sir, with the log file. But can I
Uh,
get the complete data? No, we can't, sir. Sometimes we can't. We don't know how much
okay,
data logged in LDF file. No one knows, sir.
okay, okay. So this will be depending also the recovery model. Suppose my database recovery model simple, and that case
No,
will be buffer.
no. Recovery model is something different, sir. Okay, recovery model is quite different. No, the
I
wall is.
want to
No,
understand.
I am
I want to
talking about
understand.
wall. No, I am
Okay.
talking about wall. I'm not going for recovery models. I am
No,
talking about wall.
no, basically I want to understand. Suppose my few transactions will be running from
Yes,
the
sir. Yes,
current
I
place.
know. I know your question. That's what I am not going for recovery model. Stay back with the wall. First, stay understood about wall, understood about the dirty page, understood about the clean page. We'll talk recovery model in depth that time.
No, I'm just
Okay.
asking regarding this. Now the ball, maybe whatever recovery model, it's not an issue. But now suddenly transaction will be running on in buffer cache, and after the suddenly my server will be rebooting, or it will be a hardware crash suddenly happen. That case, how much data will be recovered? Is there any mechanism we can identify?
No one knows, sir. No one
Okay,
knows. Okay.
okay, super.
See,
Okay.
you are in the second floor. You decide to jump from the second floor. Will you tell that how many bones will break? Will you?
No, super. No, no, we can't.
Same, sir.
Uh,
Same. Okay. See, it's a software. Okay. It's a but how much data we can recover? There is a, if I go a little deeper, okay, there is a concept called recovery phase. I will talk again recovery phase. See, again, there are a lot of dependency sessions to understand. I am not going that much deeper now in the day one to understand. Let's stick with these concepts. Okay.
okay, super.
When we are
Okay,
talking
not an
about
issue.
recovery models, again will come. When we are talking about the recovery phase, again we will come. There is a concept called recovery phase. To explain you for your question, I need to explain the recovery phase. There is
Sure,
undo,
sure, Shibu. Not an issue.
concept called analysis phase,
Redo or
redo phase,
undo?
undo phase. When you go
Okay.
for analysis phase, again there is a concept called DPT table, ATT table, dirty page table, active transaction table. Whenever your server is shutdowning, if any dirty pages are there, if any transactions are performing, it will write in the DPT table how ATT table, active transaction table. See how your shutdowning is also very important, right? See, everyone will ask if I'm shutdowning, but how you are shutdowning is very important. Whether it is a graceful shutdown, whether it is ungraceful shutdown, means whether you are going for here, okay, go to here, go to run, and we are passing restart, okay, restart, or go to here, okay, go to here, and you can click on restart. This is graceful shutdown. You are properly doing the shutdown, means you will go to here, you will verify, okay, none of the transactions are running, okay, no one is connected to the SQL, no transactions are performing to the SQL, then I am properly restarting the server. That is a graceful shutdowns. What do you mean by ungraceful shutdown? If you click on the power off button, there will be power off button, right? Power on, power off. If you not even check anything, so there are massive transactions are running, massive business operation is running, and you are power offing the system, then that is ungraceful shutdown, right? Or suddenly your operating system got crashed. Suddenly there is a high number of CPU, your server got rebooted. Those are all ungraceful shutdowns, sir. No one can from my experience point of view, from my point of view, I'm saying, sir, majority of the stuff, it's very tough to tell that how much data we can recover when you are doing the ungraceful shutdowns. So if someone is asking like this, tell that how we are doing the shutdowns, whether it is graceful shutdown or ungraceful shutdown. If it's a graceful shutdowns, max to max, your data can be recovered, everything, because you are properly validating and you are rebooting the server. If you are going for ungraceful shutdowns, that is little difficult to tell everyone, sir. Anyone, not anyone. Majority of the people can't say this much data because firstly, you don't know, right, what transactions are performing. Correct? Yes or no? Firstly, you don't know what transactions are performing. Firstly, you don't know how much data is moved to the MDF file. How much data still in the buffer. How much data is moved to the MDF file. How much data still in the buffer, not yet moved. How much data still in the log file, not yet moved. So it's tough to tell, sir. So that is the reason Microsoft came up with the concept called wall. At least if something happening to the buffer, at least there is some data registered in the LDF file. There is some data registered in the LDF file. If server is coming online, the database will go and read the LDF file. See, when your data, I don't want to go this much because it quite different recovery phases, all I need to explain. So as of now, don't think that much, sir. We'll talk in the next week, this concept. Recovery phases are one of the most important concept we must and should understand. Knowingly, unknowingly, you already aware of the concept, sir. Knowingly and unknowingly, every human being known about that recovery phases. See, take your mobile. When you are playing a game or when you are using mobile for longer time or when you put your charger and you are playing a game, after 1 hour, 1.5 hour continuously, definitely your mobile will get hang, right? And it may suddenly reboot. Suddenly your mobile got restarted. Okay. Now, what is the state while it is rebooting? Same state it will come online? No. No, right? Because this is
Yes, Subbu.
ungraceful
Yeah.
shutdown. So same thing here also, sir. And when your mobile is coming online, it will take us some time to display the icons in the main screen, to display all apps in the screen. Correct? So knowingly, unknowingly,
Right.
we are already aware of the concept, but we are not knowing the terminologies. We know recovery phase, sir. See, remember two terminologies. One is graceful shutdown, one is ungraceful shutdown. Graceful means you are properly validating everything and you are restarting the server. You should not shut down the server in the real world. Okay? Please, sir, this is my request in the day one I'm saying. You should not shut down the servers. You need to restart the servers. Never ever shut down the servers. If we shut down the servers, we are literally gone. That is one of the biggest escalation on us. Restart, reboot is fine. Whenever you have specific downtime, you will go and you will restart. But you never shut down the servers until unless you are going for any decommission process. You never shut down the servers. Only restart. So what you will do, you will connect to the server, you will do everything your task, then you will log off. Nothing but sign out. Okay, log off. Click on OK. It will just log off from the server. Okay, you never shut down. Servers are running for 24/7, 365 days. It is running. Only at the specific time they will restart the servers. Will restart the servers. Either Windows team will restart, or SQL team will restart. Okay, so topic is diverting, sir. Again, I'm bringing back. Okay, so what do you mean by clean place? Whatever the page in the buffer, whatever the page in the disk, having the same information, then this page will call it as a clean page. Whatever the page in the buffer, whatever the page in the buffer, whatever the page in the disk, having some different data, then technically this page will call it as a dirty page. Okay, so when you are performing insert, update, delete, what is happening? Parallel, it is updating the data in the pages and it is moving the information into the LDF file. So LDF file knows so and so user, so and so operation is going to perform, is performing, not performing, is performing. So LDF file knows the information. So we can go to the LDF file, we can read the log file also, but that is not easy. Don't promise to your upstream, I can get everything. It's not that much easy, sir, to read the log file because it contains massive of the data. If your database is a massive business operations, it's not easy to read the data. Okay, please keep that in mind. I will show you how to read the file, but that is not easy. That is not an easy task. So whatever the changes you are performing, either insert, either update, either delete, so that information is updating in the page, okay, and the records are loading in the LDF file parallelly. So who is going to write? Your log writer thread is writing. Log writer thread writing the information in the form of log records. Okay, fine, Subbu. I know about clean page. I know about dirty page. I know about wall concept. So every modification, whatever you are doing in the cache, need to be registered in the wall file to fulfill durability. In a technical terms, D stands for durability. Means in case any sudden restart, sudden reboot, no worries. I'm having data in my log file also. So D stands for durability. In the asset property, D stands for durability. To fulfill the durability, to fulfill the wall concept, what Microsoft is doing, Microsoft parallelly writing the information into the log file. So is it clear? First three things. Everyone? No. Yes. Any questions? No. Okay, Subbu, you were saying that here 1 KMS 5,000, 2 ABC 10,000, 3 MNC 15,000, here 6 so and so X and 5 10,000, 7 so and so Y 15,000. So I done the modification. Now these are all called as the dirty pages. Now who will move these pages to the disk? Who will move the information to the disk? Okay, for that Microsoft came up with the concept called checkpoint. Microsoft came up with the concept called checkpoint. See, checkpoint. Checkpoint is also internal process. Very, very, very important concept. Checkpoint. Okay, checkpoint is an internal process which is running continuously in the background. Which is running continuously in the background. Which will move whenever checkpoint got triggered. When checkpoint got triggered, it will move the changes, whatever the changes you made in the buffer, to the disk. Not pages. It is just moving the changes to the disk. The pages will stay back in the buffer. Sir, this is very important. Checkpoint is not moving the pages. Checkpoint is moving the changes only. Information. Oh, this record update has been done. This record has been deleted. So that insert operation, that update operation, that delete operation, right? Whatever the change you made in the page, right? Only those changes will be reflected to the data file. When checkpoint got triggered, whatever the changes you made in the buffer, these changes will go to the MDF file. But before it go to the MDF file, in case these changes is not reflected, still not reflected in the LDF file, your checkpoint will reflect these changes to the LDF file before, and it will move the data to the MDF file. This is doing two operations. One is checking whether this data has been updated to the log file or not. If not, let update to the log file first. Then it will write the information to the MDF file. Two operations. Oh, log writer thread is also writing, right, Subbu? Yes, sir. Log writer is writing the information. But when checkpoint got triggered, see, for example, okay, at 9:58, okay, 02, your log writer thread has executed and it write information. 9:58, 03, your checkpoint got triggered. In between this 1 second, some changes has been done which is not updated to the LDF file. Those changes it will replicate to the LDF file, and those changes will replicate to the MDF file also. Means Up to this time, what are the changes is not yet moved to the MDF file. It will move all the changes. Okay, for example, 9:55 your checkpoint got triggered. Okay, 9:55 checkpoint got triggered. In between this 3 minutes 03 seconds, 3 minutes 03 seconds, how much changes you've done in the buffer? All the changes will be moved to the MDF file. Meanwhile, the change between 0 to 03, this is not updated to the LDF file. It will move to this information to the LDF file, and it is moving the complete information to the MDF file. Both it is doing.
Oh.
Got it?
Yeah.
No?
Got it.
Okay. So when checkpoint got triggered, what it is doing? Okay, whenever checkpoint got triggered, whatever the changes still not yet moved to the MDF file, it will start moving to the MDF file. Before it move, it will validate whether this change has been updated in the log file. Okay, then if not, it will update in the log file. Then it will try to move the data to the MDF file. Okay, so if data is going to the MDF file, then why we need to keep in the LDF file? Means I told you, right, sir? There is a concept called val, write ahead logging. Every changes, whatever you are doing in the buffer, need to make entry in the log file. Need to make in the log file before it move to the MDF file. Got it? No? Yes. This is high level. Let's go a little deeper, sir, if you understand high level. What is checkpoint is doing? Whenever checkpoint got triggered, it will move all the dirty pages information to the disk along with, in case if the changes is not yet updated in the log file, it will try to update the data in the log file. Two things it is doing. Okay, fine. That is a high level. So we are having different types of checkpoints, like automatic checkpoint, indirect checkpoint, internal checkpoint, manual checkpoint. So we are having 4 types of checkpoints. Okay. One of the most common checkpoint SQL Server will trigger is automatic checkpoint. Okay. One of the most common checkpoint it will trigger by SQL Server is automatic checkpoint. So SQL Server will trigger automatic checkpoint by default at instance level. This is instance level. See, checkpoint is an instance level. So for all the, see, these many databases are there. Okay, these many databases are there. Okay, checkpoint will trigger for entire instance level. So when you go to the properties, okay, by default, when you go to the database settings, okay, there is a concept called recovery interval, and by default it is a 0. Okay, whenever checkpoint feel that, whenever checkpoint think that, okay, these changes are sufficient, okay, these changes are sufficient, and these log records are sufficient, let's trigger the checkpoint. It will trigger the checkpoint, automatic checkpoint, sir, and it will start moving the data. It will start moving the data. Think only up to that, sir. Don't go beyond. It will confuse us a lot. So when the automatic checkpoint trigger, when checkpoint will estimate these many changes are good, these many records are good, then automatic checkpoint will be triggered automatically. There is no specific time interval. So if you go to the Google or if you ask something, okay, they will tell every 2 minutes checkpoint will trigger, every 10 minutes checkpoint will trigger, every 5 minutes checkpoint will trigger. Sorry, if it is a 0, where the time frame here, sir? Practically, it's a 0. It's a 0, sir. Nowhere you are telling that you need to trigger the checkpoint, and don't touch this recovery interval, sir, until unless you are very strong in the checkpoint. Until unless if you're very strong in the checkpoint, don't touch the recovery interval. If you touch the checkpoint interval time, you may face the challenges in the recovery phase concept. Okay, again I will come back this concept in recovery phase, sir. Hold on. If you have any question, hold on. What do you mean by don't touch Subbu? I will tell this concept in the recovery phase. Mostly next week after the backups, there is a concept called restores. When we are discussing restores, I will talk about the recovery phases. Okay, that time I will talk again. I will bring the checkpoint, sir. Please don't touch automatic checkpoint. Don't touch automatic checkpoint. Let it be run default, sir. Let it be run default. If you wanted to touch, you can touch the indirect checkpoint, which is introduced from SQL Server 2012 onwards. Which is introduced from SQL Server 12 onwards. If you wanted to touch the checkpoint, touch it, sir. No worries. Indirect checkpoint is us only. No worries, we can touch. But don't touch automatic checkpoint because that is instance level. Indirect checkpoint is a database level. Okay. Now, see, why checkpoint, sir? Why I need a checkpoint first? If you ask me a question in a different way, why I need checkpoint? See, until your data get moved to the MDF file, whatever the changes you are making, until this data move to the MDF file, you can't see the data, correct? Requester can't see the data. Requester can't see the data until it get moved to the MDF file. You can't see the data. Okay, that is the first thing. Okay, that is the first thing. If you wanted to see the data, means your data need to move to the MDF file. Your data need to move to the MDF file. Now, if data is not at moved to the MDF file, you can't see the data whatever so-and-so user is performing. So-and-so user is performing. Now, Subbu, you are saying that don't touch the automatic checkpoint because it is an instance level and it may affect the recovery phase. Okay, it may affect the recovery phase. Then, okay, some of the application team, they will come up with a different questions. Okay, see, basically, also imagine, sir, imagine your automatic checkpoint is triggering every 5 minutes. Assume, okay, every 5 minutes, your checkpoint is triggering, automatic checkpoint is triggering. In between these two 5 minutes, okay, whatever the changes you made it, those changes will still not yet reflect to the MDF file, right? Agree? Not agree? Everyone. Those changes will be still not yet moved to the MDF file. Until next checkpoint trigger, it won't move. Until this time, you can't see the data. Okay. If I want to see the data little faster, little quicker, if I wanted to see the data little faster, little quicker, how you can help as a DBA? Means I can go to the indirect checkpoint from SQL Server 2012 onwards. Before that, no, sir, you should rely on the automatic checkpoint only. Or you need to go for manual checkpoint. What you can do, hey, I wanted to see data little quickly, means I can go to the my database. I can open my one query window in my database. I can just trigger the checkpoint. Execute. Now data is quickly moving to the MDF file. I can trigger the manual checkpoint to see little quickly, or my automatic checkpoint got stuck. It is not moving the data. That time also manual checkpoint I can trigger. But before I go into the manual checkpoint, sir, Microsoft came up with one very interesting option from SQL Server 2012 called indirect checkpoint. Okay. I don't care about automatic checkpoint. I don't need to worry about automatic checkpoint for my database. Okay. For my database, I need to trigger the checkpoint every 2 minutes. I need to trigger the checkpoint every 1 minute. I need to trigger the checkpoint every 30 minutes. Okay. Then is it possible, Subbu? Yes. Is it possible? Yes. It is possible, sir. With help of indirect checkpoint. You can change the checkpoint interval time for your specific database. For your specific database, if I wanted to change the checkpoint interval time, I can change it. Okay. Automatic checkpoint is triggering along with indirect checkpoint is also triggering. If I enable indirect checkpoint, automatic checkpoint won't trigger, Subbu. It will trigger, sir, because that is an instance level feature. See, why checkpoint, sir? I wanted to see my data very quickly. That's the simple logic, sir. You don't get confused. You don't confuse your brain a lot. Why checkpoint needed means I wanted to see my data little quickly. If I wanted to see data little quickly, checkpoint need to be triggered. So when checkpoint need to trigger, there are two types of major checkpoints. One is automatic checkpoint. One is an indirect checkpoint. What is meant by automatic checkpoint? whenever SQL Server will estimate this many changes, then automatic checkpoint will trigger and it will move the data. But I wanted to see little quickly for my database. I don't want to rely on the automatic checkpoint. Let it be triggered whenever it triggered. I know it. Meanwhile, I need to trigger my data little quickly. Then I can go and enable my checkpoint interval time to specific database. That concept we are calling as a indirect checkpoint. Got it? No. Yes. And this is the one of the best practice you should follow basically. Majority of the people are not following this one, sir. At least for production server. Forget about dev server, forget about test server, we are not worrying. At least for production server, as a best practice, you must and should enable the indirect checkpoints. All the databases for all the production servers. That is the one best practice. Yes.
Yeah, I have one small doubt. If this checkpoint is not running timely manner, or like see, you have told it within 10 minutes auto checkpoint, or else like database level indirect checkpoint, it is around 5 minutes. So is there any chances like any issues will occur if it is not?
Definitely. Your buffer will grow, your
Okay.
disk will grow, buffer will grow, log file will grow. Okay. Until data move to the MDF file, you can't truncate the log. Until you move the data, you can't truncate the buffer also, right? Data
Yes.
need to move to the MDF file.
Yeah.
Definitely your buffer will grow. Definitely checkpoint will, log file will also grow like anything. It will grow, sir. That's what.
Hmm.
Let's don't go that much level now. Let's understand the concepts. Okay.
Okay.
Now you are good. Okay. What is automatic checkpoint? It is an instance level. Whenever it will estimate this many number of rows or this many number of pages, okay, let's trigger, because see, there are thousands of calculations Microsoft is doing internally, not
Yes.
only checkpoints, sir. If you go
Okay.
for statistics, if you go for optimizer, there are thousands of formulas. Will I get anywhere? No one knows, sir. Okay, where we can find? No one mentioned Microsoft. Somewhere you will get what Microsoft is telling, we are delivering. But in a conventional way, we are delivering, sir. That's the one thing. See, we need to understand, okay, automatic checkpoint is a entire instance level. It is triggering. So we can't trust when automatic checkpoint will trigger. And many experts are saying, not Subbu saying, sir, many experts are saying, don't touch automatic checkpoint. Okay. Many experts are saying, not Subbu. Many experts are saying, like a Bentozer or Eric Darling, many experts are saying, don't touch the automatic checkpoint.
Okay.
So then
So
what is the alternative for us? Oh, I can
okay.
go for indirect checkpoint.
Okay.
That is the solution. You got the solution, sir. You know the solution. Now you find the solution. I don't touch automatic checkpoint. Let it be triggered whenever triggered, let it be triggered. I'm not worrying. So for
Okay.
my database, I can go and enable the indirect checkpoint.
So Subbu, and also I have another query. If you have mentioned now only like indirect checkpoint, we can enable. So what recommendation, like how much, any sort of minutes
2 minutes, sir. 2 minutes will go. That's the reason. See,
it's
sir.
recommended, right? Okay.
Yeah. See, it's not recommended. Okay, I
Ah,
can't say it's not recommended, but majority of the stuff, as per my experience, knowledge, we are
okay.
setting 2 minutes, sir. Many experts are setting 2 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, see, whenever I am running, there is a table called sys.databases. You must and should remember this table name, sir. Okay, this is the table name. When you run this query, you will get to know whether your indirect checkpoint is enabled. So by default, indirect checkpoint is not enabled, sir. It's a 0, means not enabled. Now you are enabling the indirect checkpoint. Alter database name. Okay. Set target recovery time equal to 120 seconds. Okay. Now if you go and check it, okay, every 2 minutes, okay, whether your automatic checkpoint triggered or not triggered, forget about indirect checkpoint will trigger on this database.
Okay.
Got it, everyone? Sir, the people who are starting the journey, Raise your voice. This is take my request, sir. Okay. These are all very important. It's very tough to understand. I'm trying my best to understand you. Okay. That's the reason I'm stopping the experienced people. Don't go beyond. Okay. Wherever the concept again back, I will come back to your question, sir.
Okay.
Like Kamal, you asked, right? Definitely, I will answer you in the recovery phase. Again, I will come back this concept in the log file for troubleshoot. Like H1, you asked, right? What will happen, Subbu, if checkpoint is not triggering? Definitely, there is a concept called log file for troubleshoot, log file architecture. I will talk there a little deeper this concept.
Okay.
Okay. So I don't want you confuse a lot in the starting phase, or you are starting your journey. Okay. So that's the reason how much stuff you need, that much stuff I am just passing. Got it, everyone?
Yeah. So for sometimes we can see oldest page. So
That time, that's what. This
you
whenever you enable
okay.
whenever you enable indirect checkpoint
Huh.
and it got stuck, you will see the oldest page, sir.
Okay.
Then just you need to trigger the manual checkpoint.
Yeah, correct.
See, checkpoint is not making any harm.
Okay.
Checkpoint is not making any harm. Just make a note in your brain, sir. Checkpoint is not making any harm. Checkpoint, what it is doing? It is just moving the data from the buffer to disk. That's it. That's it, sir. Apart from nothing else, it is doing buffer to disk, and it is completely background process. Completely, it is a background process. So, our best practice you should follow for production server. Assume this is our production server, prod server. Okay, for all the databases, you need to enable the indirect checkpoint rather than changing the automatic checkpoint. Don't touch automatic checkpoint. Let it be run whenever it needed. We are not touching the automatic checkpoint. So many experts are saying, sir. And Microsoft came up with one good option from SQL Server 2012. So majority of the people wants to change this one. Don't change it. Let it be. Let it be automatic, sir. Okay. So better than that, what we can do? Change the indirect checkpoint. Got it? No? Yes?
Subbu,
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
so actually during the modification, like if that clean page is turning to dirty page, in that point, if checkpoint occurs, the page remains uh, clean or dirty.
See, once your once your checkpoint got triggered, that is what next I'm telling, ma'am. So once your checkpoint got triggered, what it will do? It will try to write the information. Means you done 1 KMS 5002 XYZ. So this information is writing in the pages. So once whatever the data in this page, both are same, then you should automatically call it as a clean page. The page remains same. Page you are not doing anything, ma'am. Only the changes are replicating. So don't get confused. This is the biggest confuse majority of the people will do. Only it is writing the changes to the buffer to disk. The pages are remain same only. Pages are stay back in the buffer.
Okay.
Whenever checkpoint got triggered, your pages will remain same only. There only.
And even during the modification also.
Whatever, ma'am, you are doing inserts or updates or deletes or whatever you are doing, only the changes are moving here. Pages are look same only. So now, once the changes got reflected, ma'am, here also you will see the same data like 1 KMS 5000. Here also you will see 1 KMS 5000. Now both pages having same data, right, ma'am? Now
Yeah.
automatically you will call it as a clean page. Got it? The page is still in the buffer. The page is still in the buffer. It won't flushes the page. Checkpoint never flushes the pages in the buffer. This is the point you need to make a note down. Checkpoint never remove the pages from the buffer after data movement happen. Once the data movement is done, checkpoint never delete the page, sir. Page, ma'am. page will stay back in the buffer only. Page will stay back in the buffer. Now, Subbu, if the page is stay in the buffer, RAM is keep on growing only, right? Yes, that is the biggest question. Next, we'll get it. Now, this is the small table, Subbu. Fine, I can accept you, I can trust you. But I am doing a massive business operation, billions of data. Okay, then that time the pages are keep on copying, keep on moving, keep on copying, keep on moving, keep on copying, keep on moving. Now pages are still in the buffer. Now Microsoft came up with the concept called lazy writer. Okay, before I go into the lazy writer, let's complete the checkpoint first. Okay, so what is checkpoint is doing? Checkpoint is moving the data, not pages. If you're experienced people and you are having any question, this is the one thing you need to make a note on. Checkpoint is just moving the data, not pages. Okay, page will stay back in the buffer only. So dirty page will become clean page will become dirty page. I'm not getting Subbu. Assume these are all the clean pages only, and each page is having some free space. Again, you are loading some data. So be in the pages having some free space. Okay, it will load the data in the buffer only. Now again the clean page will become dirty page. Again checkpoint will trigger, this will move here. Again dirty page will become clean page. Still they are having some free space. Again the clean page will become the dirty page. Dirty page will become the clean page. So here input output is reducing. Input output every time it is not going disk, getting the pages, not going the disk, getting the pages. That is how you are improving the performance, sir, basically. But definitely RAM will get full. At certain time RAM will get full, sir, because you are keep on copying all the pages to the, see, you are having 16 GB of RAM. 16 GB of RAM. And you are having a table, employee table, with 50 billion records, which the table size is 500 GB, which contains 18,795 pages. Now you are performing entire table. I need to read entire table. Will this entire table will fit in the page? Fit in the buffer? No, right? No, right, sir? Everyone? Will entire this 500 GB will fit in the buffer? No. So that's what we want to discuss a lot, sir, in the upcoming classes. Okay, in case my RAM is this much, my table size is this much, how the data is processing. See, what SQL Server will do means to understand, simple to highlight, sir. So first it will here as per the current buffer size. See, as per the current buffer size, it will fit 10,000 pages. Okay, first it will copy 10,000 pages, do the modifications, load the data, flush the page, again get the 10,000 pages, load the data, flush the pages, again get the data, load the page, get. How the flush is happening means internally lazy writer is taking care. See, whenever you are doing massive operations, checkpoint or lazy writers keep on triggering, sir, in the background to fulfill your requirement, knowingly, unknowingly. So lazy writer is also very important. So before I go into lazy writer, let's stick with the checkpointer only, sir. So you know about automatic checkpoint, right? Everyone understood about automatic checkpoint? No? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes. You understood about indirect checkpoint? Automatic and indirect?
Yes.
Indirect. How you will change the indirect checkpoint, Subbu, means? This is how I can change. How I can change the automatic, Subbu, means? Here I can change it. Here I can change it. Or I can change from the SP config, sir. Okay. I can change from the SP config, recovery interval, and I can set the in the form of seconds. Okay, I can change the automatic checkpoint from the graphical user interface or via command prompt, or I can change the indirect checkpoint. Definitely you need to go for command line only, sir. But automatic checkpoint you can change via command prompt, via Graphical user interface, I can change it to 1, means every 1 minute automatic checkpoint will trigger, or every 2 minutes automatic checkpoint will be triggered, or I can go and change via command line also. So we'll talk this one practically next week, sir. Okay. So you are good at automatic checkpoint, you are good at indirect checkpoint. There is one more checkpoint called internal checkpoint. This is something very interesting, sir. Okay, this is something very interesting. Now, when you are doing certain operations, okay, when you are doing certain operations, what do you mean by certain operation? Means while you are taking the backup of the database, while you are taking the snapshot of the database, okay, when you are shutdowning, see, someone asked when you are shutdowning, okay, when you are shutdowning the database server, when you are making your SQL to offline, when you are rebooting your server, when you are making SQL to offline, when you are bringing your database to offline, see, entire server you are making restart, or only SQL server you are stopping, only SQL you are stopping, sir. You can stop the SQL server, or you can make a database to offline. You can bring the database to offline. Means when you are rebooting the server, when you are restarting the SQL, when you are making your database to offline, definitely internal checkpoint will trigger. Internal checkpoint will be triggered. So as much as it will recover the data, sir. Okay, will it recover everything? That's what I told you, right? Either you are doing graceful shutdown or you are doing ungraceful shutdowns. That depends. But internally, how Microsoft is doing, when you are making server to reboot or SQL to restart, or you are bringing your database to offline, definitely internal checkpoint will be triggered. Internal checkpoint will be triggered. Not only shutdowning, even when you are taking the backup, internal checkpoint will trigger. When you are taking the snapshot, internal checkpoint will trigger. When you are altering the database, okay, when you are altering the database, internal checkpoint will be triggered. Okay, when you are altering the database, internal checkpoint will be triggered. When you are switching the recovery model, internal checkpoint will be triggered. When you are switching the recovery models, internal checkpoint will be triggered. Okay, and in simple recovery model, when you go to the recovery model, okay, after the installation, we'll go for first concept we are discussing recovery models next week. So in simple recovery model, if your log file is growing more than 70%, internal checkpoint will be triggered. Okay, so and other stuff, others. So majority of the things, okay, like backups, snapshot, shutdowning, altering, switching the recovery models, in simple recovery model, internal checkpoint is triggering. Do you have any control on this, Subhamis? No, we don't have any control, sir. Based on the scenario base, internal checkpoint will be triggered automatically by SQL Server. You don't have any control. Okay, indirect checkpoint you are having control. Automatic checkpoint you are having control, but internal checkpoint you don't have any control. Got it? No? Yes? Now someone asked, if we are doing shutdown, Subbu, what will happen? Means, no worries, sir. Internal checkpoint will be triggered as much as it will recover the data. Okay? But if you are doing the ungraceful shutdown, no one can knows that how much data loss there may be we can accept. Okay? Clear? Not clear? Everyone? No? Yes?
Hi Subbu, Harsh here. I understand checkpoint very well. Can you give me a quick summary of WAL, right ahead log? I'm little confused in that. Checkpoint I understood very well.
1 second, sir. After completing the manual checkpoint, again I will go, sir. Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Let me go. So I hope you got my point. Internal checkpoint, everyone. So only certain operations, sir. Only certain activities like a backup, snapshot, shutdowning, offlining. Okay, altering the databases, switching the recovery models in simple recovery model. Okay, in so on so case only internal checkpoint will be triggered. Okay, It's not like automatic checkpoint. It's not like a indirect checkpoint. So internal checkpoint will be triggered only in certain cases. Okay, well and good. Again, I will come back these points in the so-and-so concept. When we are talking about backups, I will come back. When we are talking about the recovery models, I will come back. When we are talking about the recovery phase, I will come back about the internal checkpoints. Now, manual checkpoint. What do you mean by manual checkpoint? Means sometimes, okay, your log is getting full. Your log files. A log is nothing but log file. Okay. Sometimes your log file is getting full due to checkpoint. Means maybe indirect checkpoint is not triggered. Maybe internal checkpoint is maybe automatic checkpoint is not triggered. Okay. Something happening and your log is growing. Your log is growing. Or sometimes application team wants little quickly they wanted to see the data as quickly as they wanted to see the data. That time also you can trigger the manual checkpoint. Okay, parallelly loading the data, parallelly trigger the checkpoint, sir. You can see your data very quickly. Means you are inserting the data in this window. You are inserting the data or updating the data, deleting the data. In this window, you are triggering the checkpoint. Okay, so as quickly as you can see the data into the LDF into the database. Here you are loading the data. Here you are triggering the checkpoint. This is the one case. One more case is if your log file is getting full due to checkpoint, if your log file is getting full due to old STPs, that time also you can trigger the manual checkpoint. Okay, in case your automatic checkpoint or indirect checkpoint got hanged up, or you are doing the massive business operations, that time your log is growing like anything, sir. Okay, based on your transactions, log will grow like anything. So when your log is growing and you got an alert saying that so-and-so database log file got full, when you go and verify the log file is getting full due to checkpoint only, that time you can go and trigger the manual checkpoint. You can go and trigger the manual checkpoint, sir. Okay, so whenever you need, you can trigger the manual checkpoint. Internal checkpoint, you don't have any control. Indirect checkpoint, you can have control. Automatic checkpoint, don't touch it, sir. Clear about the checkpoints? No? Yes? Everyone?
Hi Subbu, I have one doubt.
Yes.
If we set automatic, just assume if we set automatic checkpoint for 5 minutes, 2 minutes, and indirect checkpoint for 1 minute. Uh, if it's triggering 2 times, is it maintaining duplicate data in data file
No.
or how it is?
No, sir. No. Whenever it is, see, first come, first serve, right? Who is hitting first is very important, right? Either automatic checkpoint is hitting first or indirect checkpoint is hitting first. First come, first serve. So no duplicates, sir. Microsoft is smarter. You can understand it. No, nothing called duplication. See,
And I
why
have
why
one.
we are maintaining this many copies means data is very important for us, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And one more doubt, sir,
Yeah.
regarding LDF file. In LDF file, we will maintain only transaction or data also. Like
Transactions are
if
record information. Record. See, I'm coming back to the same. So, wall concept, right? So first, everyone understand about checkpoints, sir? No questions? All questions? It's clear? Not clear?
yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Now see, sir. See, basically, forget about wall. There is a wall. You don't know anything about wall, sir. Let's think like this. Okay, first. Let's think that you don't know anything about wall concept or you are completely unaware of wall. For example, you are doing modifications, sir. User 1 is doing some insert. User 2 is doing some update. User 3 is doing some delete. User 4 is doing some insert. User 5 is doing some update again. Okay, all these operations are doing in the buffer only, right? Yes, no. Yes, no, everyone. All these operations are doing in the buffer only. Agree?
Yes.
Accepting everyone? Yes. So until this transaction get complete or committed, until this data got committed, data won't move to the MDF files, data files. Only committed data will move to the data files. To explain little deeper ahead, you want to know about the commit. Only committed data will move to the MDF files. Means until this transaction is committing, okay, those data is moving to the MDF file. Other data is still stay back. Okay, still stay back. For example, okay, how you came to know that these many transactions are performing in the buffer. Okay, these many transactions are happening in the buffer. How you will get to know, sir? This many transactions are buffer, and each transaction is doing this many operations. Means user 2 is performing 10 billion records, user 1 is performing 1 billion records, user 2 is performing this many billion records. How you will get to know so and so user is performing so and so operations, so and so data? Means, okay, to track this information only LDF is coming into the picture. Okay, so when your server is shutdowning, when your server is rebooting, something got crashed and your server is restarting, sir. Something got crashed, the server is got restarting. Now, whatever the data in the buffer, everything will be collapsed, completely collapsed, because this is the cache, sir. This is a temporary cache. Whatever the changes are available in the cache, after the reboot, everything will be cache will be erased and it will create a fresh cache only. Now, how we came to know that while you are shutdowning, while you are rebooting, okay, these many users are performing, okay, so and so operation, these many transactions are performing, oh, so and so user is performing so and so transactions. How SQL Server knows that information? Means to track this kind of operation, there is a concept called LDF came into the picture. There is a concept called LDF. There is a concept called LDF file. So whenever you are performing anything, parallelly it is writing the information. So log knows that, log file knows that, oh, user 1 is performing insert, user 2 is performing update, user 3 performing delete. At least log file knows this information while your SQL is coming online. Now your SQL will go and talk to log file. SQL will go and talk to log file before your database is coming online. See, every database, when database is coming online, your data file, first it will read the cache, then it will read the LDF file. Any data still not yet moved to the MDF file, first it will try to move the data to the MDF file, then only your database will come online. SQL will come online. So while it is coming online, it will go and read the LDF file. Oh, for example, user 1, user 2, user 3, user 4, user 5. 5 users are performing. At the time of shutdown, user 1 completed, user 3 completed, user 3 completed, user 4 also completed. Okay, but user 2, user 5 is not completed. It is a pending. Still the transaction is happening and server got restarted. Now this you will call it as a failed transaction. Now this you will call it as a failed transaction. Success transaction, failed transaction. Now whatever the success transaction still not yet moved to the MDF file, now it will move from the log file to MDF file because there is no cache. Your cache got erased. Okay. Now success transaction will move from the LDF file to MDF file. Failed transaction will be rollbacked. Rollback means completely will remove the data from the LDF file also. Rollback, from the rollback, it will roll back. Now your database will come online. Now, Kamal, you ask, right? This is what is happening in the background. Until unless your database will come online, until unless you go and verify, who should verify? not as a DBA, sir. You don't know how many users are connected, how they are performing. Application knows, right? He know while he's triggering. See, oh, I am performing this operation. So suddenly your transaction got cancelled. Again, after some time, your database came online. Now he knows that what transaction he performed, right? He will go and verify, select star from EMP. Oh, now he can able to see the data. Means his data has been updated successfully. Now user 2, okay?
Yes, sir.
He will go and verify. Oh, this data is not reflected. Oh my God. Then he will come to reach out us. Hey, I done something, but it's not reflected. Then we will tell, hey, suddenly the server got rebooted. Will you again load the data? Will you again same reproduce the data? Getting my point? No?
Yes, so but suppose few transactions will be committed, or few transactions will be not committed.
That's
Or
what, sir.
suppose we are
Committed,
loading
all
the
the
data from
committed data will be moved. See, you don't know, but
yeah.
I know, right? What data I loaded, what data I loaded, still up to what data I loaded, I know, right? I can know, not you. I can know that information. When I'm reading the data, I can see what data I loaded. See, don't keep on your head, sir. Again, don't keep on head. It's not easy. To read the log file is not easy, sir. Again, don't be low smarter, okay? Always, because we are not only doing this work, we are doing plenty of works in real world. Again, trust something SQL can track. We can track. I'm not saying that don't escape. Say, I'm not telling don't escape, but don't keep on head. Don't keep everything on head. It will pile up our brain like anything. You can get that information by reading the log file, but how much data it loaded, it's very tough to tell, sir. Better application team knows that what data we are loading, okay, how much data got reflected. So better tell them, application team, will you go and check how much data it got loaded? Kamal, I hope you are. I'm keeping help to you, sir. So we are smarter, but not double smarter. Okay. So apps team knows that when you see, if you perform simply select star from EMP, I can get to know, right, what data I updated. I know whether I'm able to see the data or not. There will be definitely one column they are mentioning, like unique columns. So if they go and verify so on, so unique column is there or not, they will get to know how many record they inserted. See, always that's what graceful shutdowns, and when you go for ungraceful shutdowns, this is the challenge. Definitely we will face it when you are doing ungraceful shutdown. That's the reason we are requesting, do only graceful shutdowns, proper shutdowns. If you're doing proper shutdowns, you won't face much challenges, because if you're doing ungraceful shutdowns, means improper shutdowns, not only your data, sir, your database will also stuck, your SQL will also stuck. Forget about data, sir, your SQL won't come online. Okay, not only SQL, all the database management systems are facing these issues, because recovery phase is not only for SQL, all the database management systems. If you're doing the ungraceful shutdowns, forget about data, your SQL itself won't come online. Forget about data, sir. Whether it will recover or not recover, that is up to us, up to what data is available in the log file. But SQL itself won't come online. Database itself won't come online. Database will stuck in the recovery phase if you're doing the ungraceful shutdowns. So that is an important interview question. Definitely will get it. How you will troubleshoot if my database got stuck in the recovery phase? Then the problem will start for DBS. So I'm not going that much deeper now. Okay. Who asked you, sir, about the WAL file? You got it? WAL is helping us a lot, sir. Because if you are doing any shutdowns, we don't know how many transactions are performing. We don't know what is performing. At least log knows that what transactions are performing, so on, so user is performing. So to fulfill that, we are writing information in the log file. okay, to satisfy wall, to track the information. Logfile is helping lots, sir, in the background for us. Got it? No? Yes? Yes, questions?
Yes.
Yeah, questions.
Can you Subbu, because my net will be interrupted this.
Yeah, I'm noticing you. I'm noticing you are going and coming. You can connect via mobile, sir, in case your Wi-Fi is not that much good. Mobile is little okay. Everyone clear? Not clear, sir?
Subbu,
Yes.
like if LDF to MDF, like the arrow it's showing, right? So like
Only when
uh,
database is coming online, sir.
okay,
Only DB coming online.
okay.
Online. I forgot to write it. Sorry. Thank you. Okay.
Mm.
Only when database is coming online, only LDF to MDF or data cache to MDF, sir.
Okay.
See, if you are making database offline also, right? See, no, I'm not restarting entire SQL, sir. I am restarting single database. I can make offline, I can come online. That time it won't make harm in the cache, right? Until unless you restart the server, until unless you restart the SQL, cache will stay back only, sir. Okay? When your database is coming online, it will validate. So you remember yesterday, I triggered one DBCC DB info.
Yes.
Yes, right? That will trigger that when was your last checkpoint trigger, when was your last dirty page happened, what was your last dirty page. Okay? Somewhere information is tracking, sir, because we are dealing with the data. Data is very important, but don't make your brain confused that there won't be no duplicate data. Okay?
Okay.
It won't be no duplicate data, sir. See, whatever data you are modifying, that will be in the cache. Whatever you are modifying, that will be in the LDF file. Whatever the data you are modifying in the MDF also, right? Okay. But the main physical unit is MDF files. Once your data got it to the MDF file, okay, then only you are able to see the data. So if I'm doing massive transaction means, don't confuse your brain, sir. Checkpoint is triggering like anything. It is keep on moving. See, it is keep on moving the data a little fastly only when you are doing the massive transactions. And pages also flushes. Who will flush? Now there is a concept called lazy writer, sir. See, checkpoint you can control. You can control at least automatic checkpoint you can control, indirect checkpoint you can control, manual checkpoint also you can trigger, sir. But lazy writer you don't have any control. Lazy writer, the name itself is saying lazy writer. It will be always in the sleepy mode only. It will be in the sleepy mode, sir. When it will trigger means when it will estimate that your RAM is getting full. When it is estimate that okay, my RAM is getting almost 80%, 70%. Okay, now no, hey, I need to wake up, I need to go and trigger. Now lazy writer will start triggering. Automatically it will trigger. Lazy writer, when your RAM is getting full. When your RAM is getting full, lazy writer will start triggering. Once lazy writer will trigger, please sir, this is very important point. Not only checkpoint, lazy writer will also move the dirty pages. Okay, log records. Very, very, very sensitive information, sir. This is majority of the people will confuse. Only checkpoint is flushing their pages. So only checkpoint is moving the data. No, lazy writer will also move the data because before it flushing the page from the buffer means before it is removing the page from the buffer, whatever the pages which is modified but not yet moved to the MDF file, first it will move, it will make entry in the log file, then it will start flushing the data. Means it will start removing the pages from the buffer to make RAM to healthy. How many pages it will flushes? Means how much it feel that your RAM is healthy, that many pages it will flush. That many pages it will flush. Getting my point? When lazy writer is also internal background process, okay, which is in the sleeping mode, okay. It will trigger automatically when your RAM is getting full. When lazy writer triggers, it will detect any dirty pages, okay, or it detects that data is not yet moved to the LDF file. It will move the data to the LDF file, and it will move the data from the disk to from the buffer to disk, okay. Then it will start flushing the pages from the buffer. It will remove all the pages from the buffer means no sir, it will follow one algorithm: least used pages, least reference count. Reference count, okay. It will use any algorithm, sir. Least used pages or least reference count, okay. See, assume there is a page here. There is one page, okay. This page, how many times the users are using? How many times you used this page in the buffer? It is making one count for his reference purpose. For his reference purpose. For example, user 1 used this page 1 time. User 2 used this page 2 times. User 3 used this page 4 times. How many times this page has been using in the buffer? It is making one count internally. It is making one count internally. Now, so whenever lazy writer got triggered, if it feel that this page is massively using, okay, other, see for example, this page 1000 times you used, this page 500 times it used, this page only 1 time you used, this page only 0 time you used, means only 1 time, this page used only 10 times, this page used only 2 times, this page used 2000 times, this page used only 3000 times, okay. Now it will while it is reading the page informations, okay, how many pages, how many times it has been used, okay. Now it detect, okay, this page is out of 100 pages, 50 pages are massively usable, and remaining 25 pages okay usable, and remaining pages only 1 or 2 times used. If I clears these 25 pages, my RAM is healthy. It will clears only these 25 pages, okay. If I am clearing these pages also, my RAM is not that much healthy, then it will try to clear these pages. If I am clearing these pages also not healthy, it will also try to clear these pages also. How much space if I clear my RAM is healthy based on the current load. Based on the current load. This is very, very important. Based on your current load, how many pages if I clears, my RAM make healthy, that many pages it will clear, sir, by the lazy writer from the buffer. Before it is flushing, it will move the data. Don't get confused. It won't move the data. It will move the data. Then only it will flushes. So what is the major difference between checkpoint and lazy writer? Checkpoint is having specific interval time. It will trigger, but lazy writer there is no interval time. Whenever it will trigger. So let it be triggered. We don't need to worry. Okay. So when it will trigger majority of the time, when RAM is getting full. So what it will do? It will move first the changes which is not yet moved to the MDF file. It will move the changes to the LDF file, and it will move the changes to the MDF file, and it will start validating the least used pages, and it will start flushing the pages from the disk. From the buffer to make RAM healthy based on the current load on the system. Because user 1 is performing insert, user 2 is performing update, user 3 is performing delete, user 4 is multiple users are performing multiple operations. The pages are copying, moving, flushing, copying, moving, flushing, copying, moving, flushing. Okay, so otherwise your RAM will get full like anything, sir. RAM will get full like anything. So RAM is clearing automatically by the lazy writers internally. Checkpoints are triggering, lazy writers are triggering. Automatically, these are internal processor. You don't need to take and get that much. Got it? No? Yes?
Yes.
So I hope everyone clear about lazy writer. No? Yes?
So clear, but one thing basically Subbu here said, basically the concept maybe I'm understanding wrong. Lazy writer plus dirty page or clean page both, or it will be plus only the dirty page.
See, dirty page move to the MDF file, then dirty page will become the clean page, right? It never flushes the dirty pages. It will flushes only the clean pages.
Okay. Okay. Only the few pages which are the first come, least which they can be flushed. Suppose my 2 page using the more than 500 times.
This is simple algorithm, sir, but don't confuse your brain a lot. Lazy writer will flushes the pages until your RAM is healthy. As much if I clean, if RAM is healthy, it will clean up, sir. Based on the algorithm, least used pages, least reference count. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Sir.
Clear? Not clear?
Yeah,
That's
clear,
what, sir, how we need to understand this based on how massive transactions were performing internally. Checkpoints, lazy writers are keep on triggering, sir. Otherwise, you can't perform the massive business operation in the real world. Our databases are terabytes. Our RAM is GBs. Okay, our databases are terabytes. Your RAM is GBs. Okay, how it is handling those changes means it's keep on. I told you, right? Copy, do the changes, move, flush, copy, do the changes, move, flush. So checkpoints are triggering, lazy writers are triggering continuously, sir, to make your RAM to healthy, to make your business to run smoothly. Every internal operations are triggering very hardly. It is a continuous operation, sir. Now, I need to tell one more point, sir. See, okay, what is that point means? For example, okay, so for example, where it is, yeah. See, I wanted to see, Subbu, when my checkpoint got triggered. Okay, I wanted to see when checkpoint got triggered. So I need to read my LDF file. Okay, fn underscore dblog is the function. Fn underscore dblog is the function. If you simply run this command, okay, you will get to know you are reading the log file, what is happening. So when you are when the checkpoint got triggered, when the transaction has been moved, and see, checkpoint got triggered, checkpoint information updated in the boot page, and checkpoint got ended. Because I not perform insert, update, delete, anything, right? In my database, I not done anything, sir. If you perform any insert, update, delete, it will write, oh, checkpoint got triggered, it inserted, it updated, it deleted. So it is writing the information here. Okay, when checkpoint got triggered, when checkpoint got ended. Okay, in the middle, what it is done, it will write the information here. When you go and read the log file, you will get the information by using fn underscore db log. You can read the current database log file. On which database you are running this query? Only for that database you are trying to read the log file. So if I wanted to go for another database, I can go and execute this one. Okay, now I am reading the log file of db1 database. So which database log you are reading is very, very important. And what sort of log you are reading is very, very important. If you blindly go and run this query, okay, it will get the massive information for us. It will pull the massive information. Still it is pulling, sir. What and all these are doing, majority of the stuff, we will get confused. So it pulled almost, oh my God, how many records it pulled? More than 15 billion records it got pulled. More than 15 billion records it got full. Will you go and read it, sir? 15 billion records? Everyone, I'm asking you. Don't simply go and try to read fn underscore db log. It will pile up your brain like anything. Okay? You need to use some conditions, best conditions. What you are expecting from this fn underscore db log. what you want to read from FN underscore DB log. You need to pass the conditions. These conditions are very, very important. That's what I will take a separate session, sir. I will tell you how to read the log, how to pass the conditions, so that at least you will get some better understanding. I hope you are getting my point. This is the one small hint, sir. If you wanted to read the log file, conditions are very, very important. Like insert information I wanted to pull, update information I wanted to pull, delete information I wanted to pull. Okay, then I can pass this insert, update, delete. Then I wish to get the information about insert, update, delete. If you simply go and run this one, you are gone, we are gone. Okay, so don't think about this. There is a dedicated session, sir. I will talk about more about FN underscore DB log. Replication is the one of the toughest concept. I will explain FN underscore DB log. It's the replication only, sir, to make you double strong in replication. See, replication is one of the toughest concept in the entire SQL Server. And I will explain you this log in the replication only by reading the replication database. Okay, so that you will become double strong in replication. And there is one more, sir. You can enable the trace file 3504. Now, whenever you enable trace file, it will write the information in the error log, SQL error log. So every engine there will be log, sir. Every engine there will be log. Like for SQL also, there is a SQL error log. Okay, SQL error log. Now this error log is tracking information about your checkpoint. Whenever you enable this trace file 3504, but you should not enable this trace file. Please don't enable the trace file, sir. So Subbu told that if I enable the trace file, my checkpoint information will be right in the error log. I need to know about the checkpoint information. No, you should not enable this trace file in the real world. Why, Subbu? Means it will grow your error log like anything, sir. Okay? It will grow your error log. Error log will grow like anything. Unnecessarily, your log will grow. It will make little complicated when you are trying to read the information from the error logs. Okay, unnecessarily you are pile upping your error log. Don't pile up your error logs, or let it be good sort of information. We don't want to see any checkpoint triggering time. Okay, in case if you wanted to enable the checkpoint triggering time for short period, okay, I can accept you that point. In case, Subbu, I wanted to enable this trace file for 1 hour. I wanted to literally know that how my checkpoint is triggering. Okay, you can enable 1 hour before, and you can monitor 1 hour, and you can again stop the trace file, sir. Okay, DBCC. Okay, trace on. Okay, trace on, and you will enable the trace file 3504. Okay, 04. Okay, you will enable the trace file and you will turn it off the trace file. If you enable the trace file, now it will start writing the information in the error log. See, so on so trace file is enabled. Okay, now if checkpoint is triggering, okay, it will write the information in the error log. It will write the information in the error log, not manual checkpoints or automatic checkpoints, indirect checkpoints. It will write in the error log. Okay, now after 1 hour, come back here and turn it off. Turn it off. Okay, so for 1 hour, 2 hours, if you wanted to track the information, okay, accepted, sir. But continuously I need to run this trace. Well, no, don't encourage, sir, in the real world, especially production servers, because it will pile up your error logs a lot. Unnecessarily, error log will grow like anything, sir. Got it? No? Yes? Everyone?
Got it, sir.
Yeah, got it, sir.
I will talk about this one in depth, sir. No worries. Don't get tense, okay? I will talk more. Again, sir, when you are trying to read FN underscore DB log, this parameter is very important. If you forget this parameter, then we are literally gone, sir. Okay. Last but not least, I will explain only one thing, sir. Okay, I will stop that session. I will talk on tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow is a Saturday, sir. This week, next week, there is no Saturday session, sir, because I need to complete my old batch. Okay, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, I need to take completely for old batch. Okay, is it okay, right, everyone? You can prepare everything for up to what this much you can prepare, sir. Again, back to Monday. Only this week and next week, sir. Again, we'll back from the December 1st week onwards. We'll go to the Saturday also. We'll talk. I will complete the SQL old batch, okay? Because they are waiting for a lot of time. I need to really appreciate them, sir. They supported me a lot in my bad time. My father got passed away 4 to 5 months ago, and I was mentally distracted a lot because in the young age only my father, okay? So they supported me a lot. So that is the one great thing. So I need to complete them. 6 to 7 sessions are pending. I will complete by next weekend. Okay. So that again we'll talk on the Saturday onwards. Okay. Everyone will back on the Saturday from the December 1st. That's the one thing, sir. Yeah. Sorry.
Please take care, Subbu.
Yeah. I accepted, sir.
Last time we have discussed about you are so strong.
Yeah.
Always because I am having small kid. Okay, my baby is almost 10 months baby, 10 months kid. Luckily, my father got a chance to see my son. We waited for 5 years for my son. Okay, I prayed every God, give me one son. Luckily, I got it. I found luckily, and my father luckily he hold him. He know his name. One day, it's only one day, sir. No accident, nothing. His health is good, everything is good. I don't know what happened. Even doctor also don't know what happened to my father. Because doctor is my senior only, my classmate. One doctor is my classmate, one doctor is my senior. So, see, we can't trust the nature. Okay.
Exactly.
So always you should be so safe side, sir. Always. Okay. Once we lost something which is so critical for us, we can't take it back. That is a one good lane I was stuck in the middle. Means my plan is something bigger from after next year onwards, but everything got changed.
No, you will get it. You will get it all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there is one small pain I can't show to my father. When he's in my bad phases, my father is there. When we are going for good phase, okay, we plan for next year onwards. We'll go definitely good phase. My dad is not there. That's the one. I can't do anything for him.
It's very painful here.
Yeah, that's the only one thing when I think that I was to cry. So I thought that okay, at least my mom I need to do from right away, day one. Let's do. Let's show them everything. Okay, money I can earn later also. No worries. No worries, I can earn later because I know how to earn the money. See, everyone, sir, money is very important. Okay, don't trust anyone. That's the one good learning I learned from my past.
Last time we have discussed same thing. Said to us
Okay,
that
let's
time
stop
we
the
are
recording, sir. Off the recording.